Sea kale is a really wonderful vegetable. We cut off the top piece this time of year and use this as a broccoli with a wonderful stem on there too. It tastes almost indistinguishable from real broccoli. The difference isn't in the flavor, it's that these plants were grown out from seed 11 years ago, and since then they've continued to provide us with a yield every year of broccoli, and that's what this workshop is all about. Perennial vegetables that will provide year after year of harvests and are really worth growing as a vegetable. For many gardeners, being able to produce food in the shade can really revolutionize your landscape and your home food production. One of the species that we grow a fair amount of here is bamboo. These are some edible shoot bamboos that you eat essentially like asparagus. You pick the shoots when they're about this high. Unfortunately, ours aren't quite starting to come up yet. They come in a little bit kind of late May for us here. Bamboo is also a very useful plant for making garden stakes and other projects around the garden. And this one serves as a privacy screen and windbreak for us as well, and it provides a little winter evergreen interest visually. Whenever I tell people I'm enthusiastic about perennial vegetables, they can usually only think of two, rhubarb and asparagus. And there's a reason for that. Asparagus is the very finest perennial vegetable that we can grow in cold climates. I think asparagus represents the most domesticated of the perennial vegetables for our climate and shows what the other species that we're working with that are sort of semi-wild or newly coming into cultivation can become eventually with time and care. Welcome to Las Cañadas, one of the premier agroecology and permaculture sites in Mexico. We're here in the high altitude tropics at 5,000 feet, where temperate species and tropical species grow together, making a very interesting and unique ecosystem. Here at Las Cañadas, they have an amazing collection of useful perennial species from around the world, and we'll be getting to know many of them here, which I think will find a home in your garden. We've also got some air potato growing on here. You can't see them very well, but they're all up in there dropping their fruits down, their tubers, and you can just pick them up and eat them. Now in the US, many of these species won't necessarily grow, but your nitrogen fixer instead could be a mesquite or a mimosa or an alder, depending on where you might live. And your vine might be different. Your shade-loving perennial vegetables might be ramps instead of these. But the general concept is the same, that you can grow in these sort of layers and imitate the patterns of nature with your perennial vegetables, since we have so many that do tolerate shade and create sort of an edible ecosystem, which is a pretty nice place to hang out. It's a beautiful morning at ECHO, the Educational Concerns for Hunger organization. ECHO is a fantastic organization that sends seeds to development projects all around the world, and they have one of the world's finest collections of perennial vegetables. We'll be doing a workshop here today on tropical and subtropical perennial vegetables. So those of you who live in warm climates are in luck, and those of you like me who live somewhere a little colder will find that a lot of these plants will grow very well as annuals, even in cold climates. I don't think anything else can quite compare with moringa for its incredible nutritional power, for its multiple edible products and other products, for its medicinal uses, its ease of propagation, the range of climates in which it can be grown. Moringa is just absolutely the best.